Alright, we're back. We're going to hopefully survive and get the hell off this ship. Or this planet. Warp Tour. Did you think you had one enemy mine? You vanquished Twilight, you cut down Aurora, but she was only one of us. You hear me? From the depths of Deadstone, from his prison of cold metal, he will rise. The hour is nigh.
Keep your wits about you.
Yep.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Oh my god. Who's first? Argenta. Alright, well.
As the Emperor commands, much is a prayer.
Shoot this guy. Coming this way.
For the throne's glory. But of course, Lord Captain. I won't object to it.
I'll make it happen.
You never stood a chance.
I'll see to it personally.
Self-defense is a good offense.
High momentum.
Request approved.
Cover me! Was that you? Or... anything else?
A tactically sound approach.
Lord.
I'm not interested. One, you are target.
Anything else this way? There's one.
Guided by faith! I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer.
Step back, you two.
I won't go down easy. I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Charge him.
I feel the power surging. I won't do that. Let's see to it.
I won't stand for it. It's as good as done.
Running binaric override.
Vengeance will be swift.
On it. Will do.
My place is at the fort. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Rejoice in battle!
Yeah, you were in a bad spot, dude.
As the Emperor commands, eradicate.
I'm done with this one. I won't object to it.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Another enemy down.
I'll see to it.
You're so dead.
Activate calculate fury algorithm. Request approved. Function successfully terminated.
Lord, that was a lot of people to kill. Who's left? Oh, no, nobody. Okay. Alright. Level up. Alright.
Is there money to be made?
Get off this rock. This is just the beginning, enemy mine. He comes, he comes, he comes, he comes! They die, they die, they die, they die. They die, they die.
I always keep my options open. I always have a backup plan.
They are coming, one following in the other's footsteps. The aurora of the morning, the aurora of the evening. They are coming step after step, the eyeless followers, the voiceless heralds, the great master, and behind him his loyal apostle. Hear this, enemy mine. We are mere shadows, followers. You are yet to meet him who has endowed us with secret knowledge. That is, of course, if you survive this day, day of the coming of the final dawn.
Let us not dawdle.
Ooh, this isn't good.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Obscure glyphs have been scrawled on the rockcrete. Their unnatural shapes are physically repulsive.
Is there money to be
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Suffering is part of the trial.
It's nothing.
Stop mocking me.
You killed your own guy. You killed your own guy. Alright, fine.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Cast your eye there.
God bless.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Hail of bullets. Oh, I didn't even see that shit. Holy crap.
I'll make it happen. Well, what do we have here?
You never stood a chance. Your end was inevitable.
Yeah? Holy crap. Can I shoot?
I know what is to come. Over. There is movement in the Empyrean. Was that you? Or...
High momentum. Advancing.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. The Emperor favors me today. Duty prevails. Guided by faith.
Done, I'm done. This time Roaster took all my action points.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature. On it.
Another enemy down.
Join me in prayer. I better myself through my service. The Emperor favors me today.
Let's save before I come across any more traps. Level up again. What does it tell me to get? I don't know. Oh. I don't see the actual... Rough.
I always keep my options open.
So what do I do? Who's in here to talk to? Captive.
I always have a backup plan.
This is just a little storage room. It's the infirmary.
Let us not dawdle.
The stench of piscine and blood blankets the starboard. Echoes of shots and gunfire drift over the landing pads. The shards of plexiglass crunch underfoot. You recognize Sergeant Malagar and the crowd huddled next to the shuttles. He was a soldier who greeted you upon your arrival at Ricard Minoris. The sergeant's chest is fitted with a sturdy-looking flak vest bearing insignia customary among your troops. One of the enforcers you said must have given it to Malagar as a gift. A group of bloodied and frightened people is wedged between Malagar's wardens and the shuttles. You recognize them as the governor of the planet and members of his high-ranking entourage. Their expensive attire has been torn in the fight and many bare wounds left by bayonets. Examine the people in front of the shuttle. Some of the nobles are paralyzed with fear, others have succumbed to despair. Two corpses are lying on the ground with their arms outstretched. Black blood has pooled under one of them. The other skulls would split open like a nut, encircled by a pinkish crimson halo of bone splinters and bits of brain matter. Sergeant Malagar, I demand an immediate report. What's going on here? The sergeant spins around to face you, his face a twisted grimace of anger. Our esteemed governor's gang of cronies have been cowering behind us, and now when things got rough, they thought they could scarp her and leave us here to die. We shed our blood for him and broken our backs to provide for him, and after all this, you think that's fair, you piece of grok shits? Malagar's stun baton hits the governor in the chest, causing the garments on the governor's uniform to jingle in unison. No, 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 don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. The governor spits out blood and opens his mouth to respond when his head explodes. His body falls limp to the side, his raining eyes staring upward. Ow. The chorus of noble screams can now drown out the sergeant's spiteful whisper. Enough. You said your piece. Madness. Punishable by death. We don't have time for this. We need to get to the shuttle now. Another in your position could have forgotten that the Emperor protects all his subjects, but surely not you. It is your duty to help anyone you can. I don't know why you stick up for these parasites. They never would have helped someone like me, but they don't deserve to die either. You're right about that. Not all of them, at least. A dull thud comes from deep within the starport. Heavy footsteps shake the rock, raising an unpleasant tremor in your bones.
Thought you had killed Aurora, false believers. Trip, for I am Aurora. I am the Herald of Change. Behold the final dawn, and die!
I'll make an example
Could really
out
use
of
a
you.
space marine right about now.
Death to the false emperor.
Who's here? Hey, look at you right here.
I won't compromise my principles.
I want to spread them out. Stay right here.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll make it happen.
Everyone, step aside. But of course, old captain.
Oh, I didn't even see you over there. Fuck you.
Anything else? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Oh, y'all.
But of course.
High momentum. The All-Messiah knows all, comprehends all.
Victory is in the target well struck. I will do my duty.
Rejoice in battle! I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. Eradicate it.
Who, if not me? You should have thought twice before crossing me. Here's my perfect moment.
High momentum.
Get me a target.
What is this foreboding?
Oops.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
Can I hit you? Let's do this one.
Doubt is for the weak.
Thank you. Yeah, I leveled up again? Holy crap. What is this? That Malgar did not survive. No, he had that, all that. So I think the last piece is gonna be this dude up here. Let's level up again.
Just as I planned.
Oh. The smuggler's ship. We're gonna take this one because that's got a ship in the. It's active. Thanks be to the Emperor you're alive, your ladyship. We are most gratified by your return, and the crew is full of zeal to carry out any orders you may have. Before anything else, I will hear an account of what happened to the system's sun. Lord Captain, we saw a number of ships approach the sun, black creations of inhuman make, amalgams of sharp angles and edges. They surrounded the star, and then, my apologies, but I struggle to find words that could describe the terrible sight. The Xenos made the sun vanish into the void. Heinrichs, the terror, closes his eyes and grimaces. Jakari. You see Avalard's expression changed as if a shadow has suddenly fallen over him. He rubs his temple wearily, as if we did not have enough troubles on our hands already. The Xenos, enemies of humanity? A breed of Eldari, the most cruel and devious of their kind. The design of their ships matched the description provided by the Voxmaster. Like all Xenos, the Drukhari are a blight on the face of the galaxy, but their technological superiority is indisputable. They abhor and fear warp sorcery, which is why they rely on creations of their twisted intellect. Many of those creations are capable of things that may seem akin to sorcery to the unenlightened eye. The theft of a sun is one example of what they are capable of. Are the Xenos in league with the Aurora's cultists? We can rule out that possibility. The Drukhari would never ally themselves with the Archenemy's worshippers. If I had to name one thing that humanity and these Xenos have in common, it would be their loathing for warp corruption. The situation calls for immediate action, Helena Voidstar. We can continue this conversation later if you wish, but right now, he gestures at the deck teeming with tumultuous activity. I believe you should assume command. What is the current situation on board? The navigator's sanctum is no longer empty, but the warp engine is still refusing to obey the engineers. Without it, we cannot perform a warp jump. Pascal's voice buzzes anxiously from his box. It may be angry, or perhaps it is lamenting the injuries it has suffered. I will immediately initiate preparations for a prayer service. If the Omnissiah grants me comprehension, I will appease the machine spirit of this vessel. What is happening on the planet now? Our auger operators are reporting numerous uprisings and other manifestations of the Archenemy's powers at various locations on the planet. Based on the fragments of communications picked up by our box operators, there's practically no resistance being offered by the governor's forces. Millions of people are converting to the blasphemous final dawn cult en masse and assembling in prayer circles. Do we have any hope of retaking the planet? I fear that Ricard Minoris is lost. The situation is deteriorating by the minute. We must leave the system as soon as possible. However, there are still people on the planet who have not succumbed to heresy and who are worthy of rescue. Besides a small number of our own shuttles, we also have the shuttles salvaged from the starport. We must save as many as we can. This has all happened for a reason. Saint Argenta, whose name I carry with reverence and trepidation, is famed for saving the people of a dying world through the power of prayer. The God Emperor himself sent a star from the heavens that lifted the saint and her followers up to the sky, away from corruption and death. We must do as she did, direct all our efforts to saving these people who at this moment look to the heavens for hope of salvation. The lives of peasants are of little value. Our prime objective is to save the Holy Relic, Miraculous Fusion Reactor, and the Electro Priests who guard and tend to it. Tough decision. Every moment we spend in proximity to a dying world, we are putting ourselves at risk. Your life, Lord Captain, is far more valuable than all of Ricard Minoris. The Von Valentius dynasty cannot be allowed to perish, and so lamentable though it is, we must rule out the idea of any evacuation. The world is doomed and its inhabitants along with it. The disappearance of the star was the final nudge towards death, making the finale of the cult of the Final Dawn's plans. I once witnessed a similar event. A world that had surrendered to the servants of the Archenemy and permitted corruption to enter too deep. At this moment, millions of people are bowing down before those who promised them salvation. They are willingly give their souls to chaos, a sacrifice great enough to bring forth the demon world. Oh Lord. Our only hope of stopping the process is to retreat from a safe distance from the planet and conduct target bombing of the Electro Priest Monastery. If we blow up the reactor, a thermonuclear reaction will follow. The world's oxygen will evaporate, killing off the entire biosphere. In doing this, we will save millions of souls from a fate far worse than death, and we will save Ricard Minoris from becoming an outpost of the Archenemy. Whatever fate you choose for this world, I urge you to make haste, Lord Captain. The planet is burning in raging flashes of crimson and purple. I can see it even from orbit. I see that the storm is already upon us. With every moment that we waste, it grows even more difficult and perilous to steer the ship through the warp's turbulent currents. I'm with the lady on this. Enough talking. We need to get out of here while we still can. Something lurking in the depths of your conscience bristles at the passing thought of saving people. The spike of horror you feel takes your breath away. It is as if you are planning to steal the prey of a mighty predator. The planet is already wrapped in a thread, stretching out from the warp. It deserves to have a new master. Which of the planet's inhabitants can we evacuate? The nobles you rescued at the starport have given the coordinates of shelters where we can find surviving aristocrats and their families. As for Sergeant Malgore's troops, they will help control the crowds of frightened commoners to prevent the shuttles from being overloaded. The Miraculous Fusion Reactor must be saved. If I had an iconoclast option, I would pick that regardless. But any delay caused by loading and transporting to the ship will cost us precious time. Do not deceive yourself, Selena Voidstar. If you indulge your vanity, you will doom billions to eternal torment at the hands of your arch enemy. Here we go. Do not forget yourself, Interrogator. One more ejector from you and I should forget all about the need to deliver you to football alive. You detect... Oh, well, that might have cost me my relationship that I was working on. You detect a flicker of something beneath Heinrich's Thingween mask. Whatever it may be, it's Not deep into the... It does not seep into the interrogator's dispassionate voice. In that case, I consider it necessary to point out that the Mark of the Ark enemy could infiltrate the ship with the priest escorting the reactor. Keep that in mind for the future. Consider it done. It is likely our shuttles will have capacity to evacuate some people as well. Have the pilots extract all the counters who have not yet converted to the cult of the Final Dawn. Consider it done. This will bring us to the limit of our capabilities. We have no more shuttles to use in the evacuation effort. The bridge is an upheaval. The technomat's prayers mix together in senseless cacophony while the servitors work hastily to remove a hardened crust of sacred unguents from the warp engine's components. In the middle of all this tumult stands Pascal with the data slate clutched in his hand, seemingly disconnected from the flurry of activity around him. What's going on here? The warp sexton is not responding to commands. The ship's spirit is rejecting our prayers and anger. I am currently calculating a plea that might appease the noble spirits. Crew, heed the word of Magus Hanuman. Pascal, I kindly request that you take charge of this mess. Thank you, your ladyship. You are right. Pascal's voice changes when he addresses the crew. He now speaks with authority and resolve. Tech comrades, heed my instruction. The mayhem immediately subsides, and the crew's actions fall into some indiscernible logic. The Omnicide servers start working in sync. The Monarch clamor becomes a symphony of reports, which the Magus coordinates with a skillful conductor. Admirably done, Pascal. The Omnicide guides me. The prayers of the tech priests surrounding the cogitator almost drown out the sounds of the bustling bridge behind you. Pascal, poring intently over the data slate in his hand, extends a mechanodroid towards you. Please take your place at the cogitator, Lord Captain. Sure, step up to the cogitator. The huge machine in front of you is lit with dozens of vidscreens and hundreds of lumens. The blinking lights and endless rush of symbols and digits on the green background make your eyes water, and a vague sense of alarm simmers in the depths of your mind. The typical reaction of a layperson when confronted with the magnitude of the Omnicide's creation. Among the numerous controls, you see the mouth of a cyber gargoyle, the same as at the gate of the Warren Chamber. Servants of the machine, God, heed my command. Acolytes, prepare the incense instrumentation for the liturgy of the machine spirit propitiation. Senior technomats recite the prayer to generate a current data report. Operation will be marked with the campanological protocol. Omnicide, rejoice! I must inform you that for the purposes of safety, complete reassembly of the warp section and updating of its data smith blessings are required. And if this is not done, then a launch the volume of aggregate calculation errors could result in the destruction of the data crypts. But as we do not have 100 hours at our disposal, we must omit this procedure. Pascal looks down at the data slate in his hands. A minor deviation from the right of operation for the sake of appeasing the spirit. What must I do? Place your hands inside the throat of the Cogitator Guardian, the cyber gargoyle which has been assigned to guard the forbidden data crypts. The dynastic blood extracted from your veins will serve as a key to the data core where the machine spirit dwells. To it we will offer our prayers so that we may bypass the protective protocol for defective connections and launch the warp sextant. The laws of the Messiah knows no exceptions, so in this ritual I will remain at your side to placate the wrathful spirit machine in whose abode you will be intruding. Follow my liturgies, Lord Captain, and may we receive his blessing. Deviating from the right of operation, that sounds dubious, especially coming from you. Dogma bids that the appropriate rituals of cleansing and reassembly be carried out on the warp sextant. It is a long and labor-intensive process. Our best chance is to bypass the sacred prohibition on directly interfacing with the conduits of the motive force. A faster and less orthodox route. So the lives of the entire crew now depend on my convincing the ship's spirit to start up a broken component. Is that right? Your interpretation is verging on tech heresy. However, given your rank, Lord Captain, I will nevertheless respond. For a layperson, you have described your position with relative accuracy. I place my hopes in his revelations and humbly ask for his guidance. The metal jaws clamp down on your hand, breaking your delicate corporal teeth and releasing warm red liquid into its gullet. At the same moment, the image on the vidscreen before you changes. Connecting 1, connecting 2, connecting 3. Success registered. Reach out and touch the keys on the instrument panel. Oh. By my authority, I revoke the inviolability protocol of the warp engine. One of the cogitators' bid screens turns red. Pascal sees this and raises his hand, signaling to the rest of the tech priest, and then withdraws a connector from his sleeve and connects it to the machine. Servants of the Messiah, beg now the offering of cleansed data crypts to the machine sphere so that it may be filled with their true and calibrated data. May the Messiah have mercy on our souls. In meek solemnity, the acolytes offer up the cleansed data crypts to the warp engine, one after another, repeating prayers of exaltation. After anointing the contacts with sacred unguents, Pascal inserts them in the cogitator's slots. Your head begins to spin from the holy censer's foul-smelling clouds of smoke, and from the loss of blood that the cyber gargoyles continues to drink from you, and the world swims before your eyes. Let this mechanism awake in renewed purity. Pascal enters a sequence of commands and raises his hand, watching the vidscreen. Suddenly he stops dead. No. His fingers fly over the command runes, entering the command after command. As the mech-androids, clicking their pincers, pull out one lever after another. The vidscreens fill with the strings of symbols, completely incomprehensible to you, but clearly conveying something to the Magus. Say nothing and do not interfere. After a few seconds, one of the data crypts mounted on the cogitators begin to emit sparks. A moment later, another data crypt does the same. The next bursts into flame and gives out foul-smelling smoke. Around you, the Omnissiah servants break off from the pairs, and someone bursts into frantic pleading. The massive errors in the warp section calculations is destroying data repositories. The offering did not appease the ship's spirit. The warp engine cannot be filled with the motive force. We are trapped. Perhaps an alternate horizon protocol or an emergency launch to the auxiliary coils? Well, that's not good. While the other bit screens are filled with more and more strings of symbols, the monitor in front of you blinks and static image changes. Pascal is too engrossed in the ritual to notice. Or read the information on the bit screen. OS stab true, OS stab false, check initiative, query. Magus Hanneman, a moment if you will. Lord Captain, historic transmissions from the data core, most likely the residual cognitive functions of the built-in servitors on the side of shield us for machine ghosts. Query, what query? Machine spirit, can you hear me? The cogitator servants creak quietly at its joints, a sound that is drowned out by the binaural hymns and tapping of command runes. Rescue, yes, machine spirit, rescue us. Lord Captain, the excessive emotion in your command will render it unintelligible to... Pascal's next vocalization goes unsynthesized as he sees the vid screens begin to stabilize one after another. The strings frenetically galloping across the green background are replaced with stable images of regularly updating status reports. Only one monitor remains inexplicably red. The tech priest's voice crackles in shock, but his report is as clipped and clinical as ever. Registering warp sextant activated. Registering data stream stabilizing. Registering 0 data errors found. Reporting the warp engine is ready for translation. Mouse reporting evidence indicating a Category 3 miracle fulfilling the criterion. Thou shalt witness the mechanism that toils in glorification of its function and in defiance of deactivation. Lord Captain, Raver here. The crew are almost finished carrying out the orders given earlier. We just now received confirmation from the engineering halls. I don't know what you did, but the warp engine's up and raring to go. We're ready to begin the translation to warp, your ladyship. Lord Captain speaking. Well, let's see. What just happened? I hypothesize that the ship spirit heard our prayers and intervened. Summon power of the Messiah to do something beyond my comprehension. It appears the Messiah perceives and knows the power of your faith, Pascal. He would not have worked a miracle otherwise. I hope he will grant me a revelation that will allow me to comprehend the nature of this miracle. I know little of what the Omnissiah's sacred machines, but what I saw on the screen looked strange. Non-standard output of information lost in the data core. The servitors used as data conduits are not always fully lobotomized. Fragments of their thoughts can appear even in pure code. Pascal falls silent, immersed in thoughts. Lord Captain speaking, and give the order to commence translation to the warp. Waiting for you to ascend the captain's throne, Lord Captain. May the Emperor protect us. The purity seals are being stuck to the back of the chair, by the way. People who don't know Warhammer.
Von Valencia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void shift plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Theodora von Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for whatever was to come next.
Lord Captain, allow me to report. Our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Orselio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate to real space in the Field of Abundance system. Then the Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting your permission to begin the process. The Field of Abundance system is home to Football, the only Imperium outpost with a functioning warp in the Cronus Expanse. The tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines worn down by the warp, to allow the servants of the Omnissiah to inspect and heal the void ship's wounds in the dock. The prayers and rituals will take some time, which our astropathic choir will use to establish connection with the prime worlds of your protectorate, Dargonis, Janus, and Kiaba Gamma. Gamma, what the hell? Master Zachary Weiss has recovered an invitation previously adrift in the Immaterium. The Liege of Football has humbly requested an audience with the rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, apparently the Liege is anxious to meet as soon as possible. Football, the place where filth and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he will be interested in talking to you as well, Selena Voidstar. I will be leaving your void ship when we arrive on Football, Selena Voidstar. Once that is done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete. Your Ladyship, young Yvain Winterscale asked me to convey his gratitude for your hospitality and for saving him from certain death. Now wishing to outstay his welcome, he plans to disembark on Football. Lord Yvain swears he will not forget his debt to you. I hereby inform the rogue trader that during a comprehensive system inspection ride, this unit discovered data clusters within the captain's cogitator that are concealed from prying eyes by means of a personal cipher and a sacrament of algorithmic authorization. Unit Selena Voidstar von Valencius has been added to the access list and assigned the identifier Keeper 2. The unit can access the data from the captain's cogitator provided she possesses the encryption key. You detect a hint of something resembling curiosity in Pascal's mechanical voice. Are you leaving us, Heinrichs? The arrangement between Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to football and no farther. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I have, Selena Voidstar. You are a skilled fighter. I could use people like you. What do you say we extend your stay in my retinue? Thank you for your offer, but I must decline. I am afraid my duty to the Golden Throne comes before everything else. Argenta, who is this Reverend Hieronymus that you want to talk to me? He is the head of the Drusian mission on football and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. I assisted his mission before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I need his blessing to accompany the new rogue trader of the Von Valencius dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your voidship, I request that we meet with Reverend Hieronymus. Vigdis, tell me about the system we are arriving in. Where abundance is valuable due to its close proximity to the Maw, the gateway to the Imperium. The system is mostly known for Footfall, the main base for merchants, privateers, and rogue traders traversing the Cronus Expanse. Additionally, the star itself is orbited by an Adeptus Mechanicus station, which is off limits to outsiders. Altar Templum Calixus X-17. I had the honor of tending this shrine for a few thousand cycles. I suggest you abstain from visiting it, as most tech comrades at the station are engaged in meditative calculations that should not be interrupted. Nor do I need to know about football. It is the largest port and the trading capital of the Cronus Expanse. It has a dockyard that will allow us to inspect and repair the void ship, and it boasts its own astropathic choir, the Cronus Expanse Communication Nexus. Not to mention pirate hideouts, smuggler caches, and forts belonging to a dozen gangs, groups, and factions. In the Cronus Expanse, the Imperium relies on this as its outpost. The fringes of humanity's domain rarely resemble its central worlds, but so long as football serves the God Emperor, insofar as it can, it will be considered a citadel of the Imperium, though I have heard that the ties it sends are underwhelming, to say the least. Due to football's remoteness, it has developed its own rules and customs. Many of the good that can be procured there would be considered heresy in the heart of the Imperium, enough to warrant summary execution. Moreover, football is the domain of the rogue traders, who transcend certain Imperial laws by virtue of the warrant they bear. Football is just a brief stop, so what next? As soon as we solve the issues plaguing the ship and establish contact with the key worlds of your protectorate, the time will come for your Magnae Accessio, the official ceremony of the donning of the mantle of the rogue trader. It is mostly a formality at this point. You already possess all the privileges granted by the warrant, yet it is a major milestone in your personal history. The moment your name graces the list of the heads of the Von Valencius dynasty. We are all looking forward to that day, Lord Captain. Abelard, do you know anything about the leadership footfall? Vladimir Tokor is a very peculiar young man. Consider your upcoming conversation a baptism of fire in footfall's political arena. Such things are not spoken out loud, but Liege Tukara is the appointee of the best Casbalica mission, the largest robber baron crime syndicate in the Calaxis sector. It specializes in the coal trade, the buying and selling of all kinds of Xenos rubbish. Football was previously run by Liege, who did business with several criminal factions at once, but he suffered an accident. The reins of power were picked up by Vladimir Tukara, whose appointment benefits not only the Casbalica, but also the most powerful ally in the Cronus Expanse, rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. I'm dead. Vladimir is a slippery yet very cautious fellow. He does not usually beat around the bush and does not play mind games. Perhaps more importantly, he is no fool. Fools do not rise this high in the Casbalican hierarchy. Keep all this in mind. You are a rogue trader. You stand above him in its status and wield considerable power. Having said that, history has seen cases where the Casbalican barons cross swords with rogue traders and emerge victorious. Do not forget that and remain vigilant. The Kazbalika, vile tech thieves. And why does this liege want to see me so badly? Not you personally. He wishes to meet with the rogue trader of the Von Valencius dynasty. Tokara does not know about Lady Theodora's death and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. My gut is telling me that something must be very wrong on football if our astropath managed to read such strong emotion in such an anodyne message. We have no information, Lord Captain. The broadcast from the football astropath acquired is the only missive Master Zachary has received lately. Alright, to tell the Lady Navigator I give her leave to make the translation from warp into real space. Vigdis begins issuing instructions. The master ship appears to change with every word. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the ship to real space. And measured chanting fills the corridors to safeguard the vessel and its crew. One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise and you inheriting the title. Liege Tokara will be informed it is required so we can use the dock. Besides, he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader. He will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there's still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive in the station with the proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit incognito. Tell me in detail how these choices will benefit me. According to football's unwritten laws, rogue traders enjoy special privileges that exceed even the power of the liege. However, they may choose not to exercise these privileges in certain situations. Arriving incognito will give you more room for maneuver, while an official visit will allow you to directly intervene in local affairs. I shall explain if you don't mind. As per this unwritten rule, every rogue trader arriving at the station has the right to veto any of the League's decisions, but there is a catch. The Cronus Expanse is home to several influential rogue trader dynasties, and football is where their interests intersect. Of course, that does not prevent certain persons, namely Caligos Winterscale, from subtly pulling the strings in football. If you, as a new rogue trader, start your career with an official landing and a parade in your honor, the other dynasties may see this gesture as the newcomer challenging their spheres of influence. No, I don't want to do that. They do not see this as a bad thing, necessarily. Old Man Winterscale may take slight offense. Quarter will be put on her guard, but you have just risen to prominence. Most people of the Cronus Expanse have not even heard about the Lady Theodora's departure yet. Must be made clear that the banner of Von Valencia soars as high as ever. If I may, I would recommend arriving incognito. You will have plenty of opportunities to savor the sweetness and the burden of power. But right now is the last time you can take refuge in obscurity. This way your arrival will not draw much attention, and the people will treat you as a person, not the almighty sovereign appointed by the emperor. It could turn some situations to your advantage. I have decided to tell the liege I will arrive incognito. It will be done, Lord Captain. With your gracious permission, I will return to my duties. Alright. That it? Okay. And that is where we're going to stop for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. There was a lot going on. There's a lot going on in that episode. But yeah. So yeah, if you do like what you see, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It means a lot, helps the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. Till next time, love you guys. Hope to see you again soon. Take care now. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.